I'm Tamika Leslie.
Hi, I'm Kirk Weber.
And we are
the Next Level Now.
Look
there
at
you
this.
go.
You too can have one of these.
How can we get one of those?
We're going to be having a live event in March, and you can join us to get your The Next Level Now mug.
I will tell you that is a fine mug for coffee. Mm-hmm. It's a 15-ounce mug, which means I get lots of Joe.
Yes.
And what I really like about it, though, is the way it's imprinted on there. It won't scratch off. It's not going to peel off. That logo will stay fresh and clean like that for, as long as you keep the mug clean, I guess.
There you go.
It's nice stuff.
I might put some whiskey in there.
Woo-hoo. Good times are coming.
Yes.
So, Tamika, what are we going to talk about today?
Dream big.
I love it.
And all that goes with it.
And all that goes with it.
It takes the same amount of energy to dream small as it does to have a big, gigantic dream, an ambitious dream.
To even rephrase that a little differently, but get the same point across, what's the point in playing small? Why play at all if you're going to play small? Mm-hmm. I think so many times we are so afraid of being judged, making a mistake, having to start over, that we're afraid to take that big step.
What will people think about what I'm doing?
Yes. Yeah. Have you ever had anyone think things like that about you?
Of course.
Yeah, me too. You know what? I laugh at them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Now, it's dreaming large, dreaming big is a scary thing.
It is.
It really, really is. What's the biggest dream you ever had?
Standing on a stage at SoFi Stadium in California, which I believe fits close to either 60,000 people or 80,000. But just standing on stage delivering a presentation.
I love it. Mm-hmm. And you believe that is possible, don't you?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that is the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't believe,
right.
What was it Henry Ford said? Whether you think you can or whether you think you cannot, either way, you're right. And that is so true.
What's your biggest dream that you've had?
My biggest dream, I don't know if it's my biggest dream, but it is a huge dream for me right now. Mm-hmm. I just retired. So with retirement comes my need and my desire to have a little bit of my own space. My house is very crowded right now. My wife loves having everybody around, and I need that space. Mm-hmm. So right now, I have a dream that I need a camper and a campground, and I have a Cobalt blue Ford F-150 pickup truck that I must have. That is my dream. Mm-hmm. The question is, how can I make that dream bigger?
Two F-150s.
Well,
one red, one blue.
That would be a way. The other way that I've done it is, instead of setting a dream and saying out here on this time frame, I've decided that I'm going to have this by June 30th.
Nice.
I have no money saved for it. I'm not going to borrow for it. I'm going to pay for it in cash by June 30.
Nice.
That is a bigger dream. That's dreaming big.
That's dreaming very big. Yeah.
Your big dream of SoFi, that's a huge dream. If you were to do it, which you will, what would you have to do to get there?
Promote the hell out of it. Start now.
Start now. And what kind of promotions? Go down the rabbit hole for me. What would you do on that?
I'm doing all kinds of, I'm talking to everybody. I'm going on trying to get on people's podcasts, because podcasts are big right now and will be in the future. I would just tell everybody.
Public speaking events. You and I have talked off camera about this, and I would ask anybody who's watching this, if you are looking for someone to come and talk about this personal development, personal growth, health, the science of well-being,
Yes.
well-being,
Yes.
please let us know, because at this point,
Here we are.
here we are. We'd only be too glad to do this. I know in our locality, in my locality where I live, we have 3 different libraries: Worthington, Ford City, and Katanning. And I believe they are all interested in having us come and do these types of talks. What we're looking to do, though, if I understand this, is we're looking to help people, right? The next level. Now we're going to help level you up by giving you information that's going to make you the best version of yourself.
Yes.
And if we are going to get Tamika on that stage in SoFi, then we have to be promoting that by telling people, and they're telling other people who are telling other people. Are you old enough? Are you old enough to remember that commercial? I think it was Joe Namath who washed his hair with this special shampoo, and he told 2 people, and the camera splits, and there's 3 of them, and they each told 2 people, and now there's 6.
I don't remember that one, but I like that. Yeah, that's exactly how it works. It's word of mouth.
Exponential growth.
Yes.
And I think to accomplish anything, that's what we have to do, is have exponential growth.
Yes.
So dreaming big. Do you think people are afraid to dream big?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I think that there's an aspect of dreaming big where you might wake up one morning and be like, that you're terrified because
Scares
you're
yourself.
terrified of either success or failure or both.
Or both.
And then why I say no is because, in my opinion, I like to keep things to myself. Like I have my some lofty goals in this journal right here. I got a brand new one out because I was like, let me dream bigger.
Yes.
And I realized just from writing, just journaling, that I love horses.
Nice.
I knew I loved horses.
Okay.
But it's just, and I have some goals with horses. I love horse racing.
Really?
And I would love to one day not only attend the, what's that one in Louisville, Kentucky?
Oh, Kentucky Derby?
Yes, but I would also like to have horses racing in the Kentucky Derby.
I can see you with the hat.
Yeah.
I can see you with the hat.
The whole outfit with the gloves and the just, it's so Kentucky Derby. But not to get off subject here, that, just goals like that, I try to keep them to myself and revisit them periodically and imagine, what does it look like to have a winning horse at the Kentucky Derby? How exciting would that be?
Not only what does it look like, but what's it feel like?
Yes.
Right?
What does it smell like?
What's it smell like? And what's it sound like?
People cheering, come on, yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yes, with a mint julep in my hand, tasting it. Oh.
I have read that when you do these types of things and you apply as many of your 5 senses, sight, smell, touch, taste, hearing, you make the vision more real.
Yes.
And the more real it becomes, the more your subconscious mind, who doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination, says, oh, this is what Tamika's interested in. And it starts to point things out to you. Have you ever had that happen to you otherwise?
It's scary that you're asking me this. I did that yesterday.
Really?
I imagined myself on stage delivering a speech, a presentation, and it was so real. I mean, I was meditating, and it was so real that, like, I jerked. And it was like, I looked around and I was like, oh, I'm not there, but I am.
It was real, yeah.
I was there.
Yep.
I was there.
I have had that happen in real life on a smaller scale. I just recently got another car, And as I'm driving down the road in my car, I'm looking, oh, crap, there goes my car. Crap, there goes another one. Suddenly, every third or fourth car is a Volkswagen Passat. Okay? Now, I know that they were there yesterday and the day before,
Yeah.
but because my subconscious mind now had me in this new car to me, suddenly I'm seeing Passats every time I turn around.
Oh, yeah.
The law of attraction. What you focus on, you get.
You do.
And the deeper you believe it,
The more it...
the more it comes to fruition. Absolutely. Yeah. So, dreaming big, we can't be afraid of it.
No.
How big is too big?
Doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. I love it. That
It
is
doesn't exist.
awesome.
Now, I mean, did we think that we were really going to put a man on the moon? That was back then. That was like...
Do you know how fast that happened?
Yeah. It was declared.
It was declared. We will put a man on. John F. Kennedy, at that speech, he says, we are going to put a man on the moon. That was in 1960, 61, and they made it in 9 years. He was talking about doing it with metals and technology that hadn't even been thought of or invented.
But he planted the seed.
He planted the seed. There is a lesson that is, oh my goodness, everyone take that one home, put it in here and just keep it. Because that is absolutely...
That's truly how it works.
That is how it works.
The universe will just make it so that things...
They align.
They do. The thing is, we have to be patient. It's not necessarily going to happen on our time, but as long as we know with 100% certainty, not 99%, it has to be 100% certainty this is going to happen.
Agreed. I know that as you're looking at these things and you think, oh, it may or may not happen or whatever, you can't have that. You've got to believe it. You've got to believe it in your heart. And when you believe it in your heart and you take it in that way, it does become real. It really, really does. Don't ever doubt it. Don't ever, ever, ever doubt it. Oh, and man, I'm thinking of a time not too long ago that I was with you and we were shooting a video and we were over at Moraine State Park. And you had mentioned that you were doing a project. And you wanted to do just a little talk, you and I, on video. And you were gonna promote that. Okay, cool, I can do that. I'm good with it.
Sure.
And we went over and you were telling me about what this was going to be. And as you did, that one event kicked off a whole series of events that has actually literally led to you and I sitting right here, right now, talking about the next level now.
And that was, how long ago was that? That was last
spring. Wow. That was last spring. It was probably last April, May, because it was still cold. We're sitting there at the lake. You never know. You never know. Don't ever sell yourself short. If you have that idea and you have that dream, you got to chase it and you got to go big.
Yes.
Go big.
Yeah.
Go big.
A couple things I want to just talk about. I love goal setting in different ways. It's not just about writing it in a journal. I mean, that's fun too.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Steve Harvey or someone. I was watching a video in 2025 sometime, early 2025. And Steve Harvey said, have you ever try to write down 100 goals? And I thought, at first hearing it, I'm like, oh, I can come up with 100 things. It's very difficult, but
hard.
I did it.
How long?
I have 100.
No, I mean, how long did it take you to get to 100?
2 weeks.
I'll bet.
Maybe closer to a month.
Yeah.
But what you realize is once I got all the materialistic stuff out there, like I want this car, I want this house, I want to live here, I want to go there, I want to do this, I want to buy all these things, then you start getting into the non-materialistic things and the things that really matter. Like, I'd like to plant a tree for my grandmother, and every year.
Ooh.
So then all these trees, and then you start to get into different things that are meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
And it really is difficult to write out 100 goals.
100 goals. Wow. You know, I struggled with similar, but not goals. I had always heard that it was a good thing to have a gratitude journal.
Mm-hmm.
And every morning, for years, okay, I'm grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
And I struggled to get 3.
Yeah.
I really struggled to get 3. And what I found myself doing was repeating those same 3 over and over every morning.
In different ways.
Different ways.
Sure.
And now, as I go through my morning journal thing, I limit myself to just 10 for the morning.
Okay.
Because otherwise,
yeah,
I can go down a rabbit hole and be there forever.
Right. Sure.
But there was a fellow who we know, I'm not going to say his name right now because I don't want to say it without him knowing, but he had been invited. He's a Toastmaster from the Early Birds Club, and I had invited him to come to a men's breakfast for the church. And he was talking about gratitude, and he said he struggled with that same thing, and he started with, I'm grateful that I have shoes.
Yes.
I'm grateful that, and he just started from there.
Right.
And I think learning to trust yourself, to let go, not worry about someone judging it, not worrying about someone criticizing it, not worrying about even what your own inside your ego is going to, oh, that's so stupid.
Right.
Because believe me, I tell myself that 100 times a day and have to learn to ignore that guy.
Right. Sure.
He's a 0.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. And that experience with the 100 goals, that was so eye-opening because, you know, it's so easy to just throw down, you know, all these things that you want. Things that, like, materialistic things. And then you start getting into the things that are really meaningful. And it was probably about 30 items of materialistic and then the rest. And it's actually challenging to figure out what it is that you really want.
Yes. You know, communicating that, and you spoke of this just a few moments ago, because we're getting to the point now in society where communication has become, expectancy has become so fast. I no longer write a letter and it gets delivered by a dude on a pony. Okay.
Right.
And it's no longer a telegraph and it's no longer a telephone. Now, I don't even do email, I text. And people, when they text, they're not even writing out the words, C-U-L-A-R. Right? See you later, right?
Right.
Or if it's really kind of cool and I really, really like it, I don't type that out, I type a fire. I think along with that type of speed in communication, which loses so much depth as to how we can communicate, we have raised our expectancy to the level of instantaneous gratification. And that's a very, very, very bad place to be, because that's not how the world works. It is not. You can expect it, which is my focus for the day in my journal, is expectancy. But I want to expect it, but that does not mean that my time frame is God's time frame.
Amen.
It doesn't mean that God isn't going to answer it, but he just may not be paying attention to my time frame.
Right.
He has his own time frame.
Yes. And kind of touching a little bit on the communication front. One thing that is really a red flag for me, and as it pertains to communication in society, is that people aren't even communicating anymore. We are just expecting people to know what we're thinking. And that's dangerous.
You've been in my living room with my wife and I.
It's people are just expecting people to know. And when you try to clarify, sometimes people get offended.
They become offended, yes.
Because you actually are asking just for clarification purposes. I don't want to assume or expect that someone's going to do something that they're not prepared to do. So.
You know, it's my wife and I, when you said that, I flashed immediately to the different flashpoints that she and I will have. Mm-hmm. My wife, God bless her, I love her to death, but her thinking is so much faster than her tongue. So she'll be thinking of something and she immediately moves to a different subject. It jumps off of that rail over to this one, and I have difficulty following that because I'm not in her head. So I'm not making that quantum leap from this thought to that thought the way she's doing it. Mm-hmm. And I have tried, but it's, I think because she and I are married and we're too close, I can't do it. Mm-hmm. One of the techniques that I learned, and was such a great technique for chiropractic, if you're giving me a medical history, mm-hmm. first thing I do is I put the pencil and paper down. Mm-hmm. I put the phone over here. Mm-hmm. I sit in my chair with my fingers folded and I watch you and I listen to you and I hear what you say. And when you take a breath, I put my hand up and I say, okay, now Tamika, this is what I think that I heard. And I repeat it back to the best of my ability.
Yes.
And then I ask, is that what you meant?
Yes.
And I either get clarification or an acceptance, and it's time to move on.
Yeah.
Which is such a great way to communicate.
Yes.
I struggle with that with my wife, and she struggles with me because that expectancy of immediacy is so powerful.
Yes.
Make the leap with me. You're my spouse. You should be jumping right along with me on my thoughts, and that's not the way it works.
Right.
It's not the way it works.
Yeah.
Craziness. Ooh.
I know. What else is it when it comes to dreaming big? Trying to think of
time constraints. Most people think dreaming big means a big goal. I'm going to go walk on the moon. Mm-hmm. Okay, but I can take that goal and compress time, make it happen much faster. Makes that dream much, much bigger.
Yes.
Instead of going to SoFi Stadium in a year, we're going to do it in 6 months, or we're going to do it in 3 months.
Sure.
Is it possible?
Sure.
Absolutely, it's possible. It just means you have to work a little harder. That just means you have to get rid of the stuff that isn't of any value to you at all. Exactly. Toss that garbage out of the way. Let's move on.
Yes.
Which brings up a point. Mm-hmm. Some of the little things that we do to make ourselves feel that we're being useful, we're being busy, we're being productive. Mm-hmm. How many of those do you think, right off the top of your head, you could eliminate right now?
Oh, at least 5.
Yeah.
Just
real quick.
Yeah, just things that are not, the results won't be.
Doesn't make any difference, does it?
Yeah.
And I think we're all afraid to do that because we are tied to those things that make us feel comfortable. It's that comfort zone.
Sometimes it's just eliminating distractions, and people can be distractions. Some of our habits can be distracting.
First thing you do when you sit in the couch in the living room?
Get my phone.
Get your phone, remote, right?
Right.
And how much more productive some of that time could be.
Sure.
Not all of it.
No.
If you took just 10 minutes, think what you could accomplish.
Yes. Yes. That's a big one, actually. Every day, focusing on your goals. Multiple times a day is best, but if you can only do one time a day, 10 minutes, review your goals.
Absolutely.
That is
huge.
Yeah, worth its weight in gold.
It really is, because the more you keep it on the front of your mind, the more it...
Law of attraction.
Yeah, it gets done.
We're going to bring it to us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, wonder why I can't do that with weight.
That, actually, that's a really good example of, this time of year. It's the beginning of January. Well, we're middle of January now, but I was taking my sons to the gym, and the parking lot was packed. December, the parking lot was empty. January 1st, everybody and their mother is there.
Valentine's Day?
Nothing.
Empty.
Exactly. And it's the idea that a lot of people want to lose weight or some people want to gain weight, but it's something related to weight. And societally, I think we have an issue with all these fads, like these diets that may or may not work for everyone. You have to find what works for you.
Yep.
And working out is part of that, but you can do exercise if you walk around the block, walk a mile, walk 2 miles, walk 5 miles, however many. You don't need a gym membership for that. But also just being conscious of what you put in your body.
Huge. You know, for years, patients would come to me, well, doc, you know, I need to lose weight. And I love the ladies, not ladies, please forgive me. Okay, but they would come into the office, it would be February, and this mother would come in and she'd be so excited. My daughter's getting married in June. She's gonna be a June bride. That's great, Mrs. Smith, that's wonderful, congratulations. Do you have any suggestions for me? I need to be into this size 6 gown. And it's like, sweetheart, I could sew your lips shut and you're not gonna make it by June. It's just not gonna happen.
Sure.
But they all have that expectancy of immediacy, and they want to be able to do it quickly with this diet idea. And what you hit on was being aware of what you put into your body. Yes, there are different diets that are going to work differently and work better for different people, depending on their chemistry, depending on their genetics, depending on their gender, all these different things. So many things. But if people, I'll rephrase that. People know more about diet than they give themselves credit for. You know far more than you think you do.
Oh, yeah.
If I have an apple in this hand and a Milky Way in this hand, which one should I be eating?
The Milky Way.
Absolutely, obviously. And exercise, and you hit on it again. Some people, yes, maybe walk a mile, maybe walk 2 miles. What happens to that person who says, I can't, I have arthritis, I have this, I have that, I can't walk? It doesn't mean you can't move.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you can't stand up and hobble from here to the kitchen back and forth 2 or 3 times, if only once is all you do a day.
Sure.
As you start to burn calories, eat fewer calories, I can guarantee you, you will lose weight.
Yeah.
People who come in and tell me, and I know people are going to be upset when I say this, that diet doesn't work, I've tried it. No, you cheated. You cheated.
Yes, playing games with yourself, like mental games.
Yep.
That's a big one. I've done it. I mean, I've done it.
We all do. I came home from college, chiropractic college, and I was very big on fasting at the time. And I know you do fast, right? So mom and dad, they're asking me about fasting. And I said, yeah, let's do it. We're going to do a lemon water fast. We're going to go for a week. We're going to have nothing but lemon water. I said, at the end of 5 days, we're going to start back with fruit. And after we go back with the fruit, we'll start to add some vegetables. And by the time we get to a week from now, we'll start adding in light meats, the chicken, the pork, and we'll control our diets that way.
Yeah.
So dad and I are on this. Mom's on it with us. And mom doesn't feel any better. Mom's not losing any weight. Dad and I are shedding pounds like there's no tomorrow. And I happened to look in the cupboard one day, and there was a thing of Archway cookies that was unopened. Okay. A couple of days later, I looked, and half the cookies were gone. And I know I didn't do it, and I know Dad didn't do it. Where'd they go? And by the end of the week, I looked in, and there was no cookies. They were gone. How's the fast going, Mom? I'm doing well, Kirk. I'm really doing well. Shoot. You know, how's that? You shit all over yourself.
Yeah.
I should have done it, right?
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely one of the biggest things is weight loss. Think of it like this. I'm going to use Oprah Winfrey as an example.
Yep.
She went through all of the 80s, losing and gaining and losing and gaining, all through the 90s, gaining and losing. She's 70 years old now, and she's finally got the weight off. It took her this long to figure out what worked for her.
I remember hearing about many of those. She had personal trainers, personal dietitians.
And she's got the money to pay people to help her, and she just, it's on God's time.
It's on God's time. And it's on your time to recognize what God wants you to do
Yes.
to bring you there in God's time.
Yes.
Because maybe Oprah was doing just like my mom. A couple of Archway cookies here or there isn't going to hurt anything.
Right, right.
And
Yeah.
that's not the way it works.
Yes.
But that's eliminating those little things that keep us from getting to those big goals. They're in the way. We've got to learn to kick those out, weed them out.
Absolutely. And I think a big one too is, having the big goal, but also keeping your word to yourself on the way to achieving that goal. If you set a tiny goal to get you on your way, you've got to keep your word to yourself, or else you won't trust yourself. You won't believe in yourself.
Personal integrity. Huge. Yeah, no, you've got to say what you mean what you say, and say what you mean. It starts with you. Because if you're lying to yourself, you can't be truthful with somebody else. You can't be, because in your heart of hearts that,
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think too is I'm thinking about myself. For the longest time, I didn't keep my word to myself. And I didn't feel good about myself. For most of my life, it wasn't until like within the last year.
That, to me, is becoming more self-aware, self-awareness. And we went through this just yesterday with my grandson. I have a 15-year-old grandson who lives with us. And God bless him, I love him, and this is the best place for him, is to be with us, because, well, it's the best place for him.
Sure.
And apparently, he had ruined a pair of sheets, or a set of sheets on his bed. And my wife says, how in the world did you get that torn, that big of a hole in the bottom of your sheets? Well, there's only one reason. It's because the toenails were too long. So, don't worry about it. Kirk has lots of money. We'll buy more sheets. So I see these sheets laying on the floor, and I'd heard the story from my wife that he had ripped these sheets. And so, me being me, I'm making a point to him that he needs to be more aware of personal hygiene. And I said, hey, how'd these sheets get ripped up? I don't know. I said, well, maybe your toenails were too long. I don't think so. I think they were just cheap sheets. Okay. And of course, in only the way that a 15-year-old can, he's rebelling and he's bucking up against me on this. Oh my God. And, now I go into full my dad Raymond, I go into full Raymond mode.
Yeah.
And
you have to.
I lost control completely. I lost my own self-awareness. And I have my nose this far from his nose, and I'm busy telling him that if he doesn't go up and trim those toenails, I'm going to end him. Right here. And of course, now he's very upset, and now we've got my wife upset. But it's that not wanting to admit that you're wrong, not wanting to admit that you've made a mistake. That's going to make me look like less of a person.
Yeah.
So rather than be honest with myself, and I know this because I've been through it, you've been through it, we've all been 15, right?
Yeah.
And we don't want to look like less of a person, so we won't admit the mistake. We won't admit that we need to do something different. That was a very painful, about an hour for me. That was tough.
Sure.
That was tough.
Yeah. And accountability. That's tough. That's another thing that in society is lacking. It's so easy to just blame someone else.
That really irritates me. It's not my fault, it's my parents' fault. Baloney. I've lost a son to a heroin overdose 16 years ago. I have a daughter who has struggled mightily with fentanyl and alcohol, jail, Narcan, the whole 9 yards. And both of them, when confronted, when they're obviously, it was never their fault. Never their
No.
fault. It was always someone else's fault. Someone didn't like them. Someone did something wrong to them. They're upset. Why don't I see this? It's too late for Brandon to recant. My daughter has finally come around and said, you know what? I am so sorry. She says, I was wrong. It was me.
Yeah.
No one put the drink in my hand. No one gave me the pill. I'm the person who decided to go do it.
Yeah.
Personal responsibility, blaming someone else. Come on, folks.
We're adults.
We're adults.
We're
it's
adults.
It's time to
Yes.
be an adult.
I was just thinking about this recently. I was putting on something for the school. I'm on a board for my son's wrestling, and we had senior night, and I was planning pretty much most of everything. And if anything didn't get done, it was on me. And I was going to tell everyone it was on me. I'm not going to blame the print shop for not getting banners. I wasn't going to blame the caterer for not, I'm the one that either dropped the ball or, but everything came through swimmingly.
That's great.
Beautiful.
That
But I
is-
was thinking about that as I was,
That is culpability. One of my favorites.
yes. Can you define that in your own words?
My own words. Actually, I stole this from Jocko Willits, who was a Navy SEAL. Okay? And he talked about when his team would go out and he was the team leader, he was culpable for everything that went on with that team. When they succeeded, he stepped back and he honored and he put the rest of the team in the limelight. He didn't want it. That was theirs. They had earned it. He wanted to make sure they got recognized.
Sure.
When it went wrong and things went bad, he would pull that person aside, knowing that that person knew that they had messed up. And he would tell them, look, and I'll use you as an example. Look, Tamika, I know you're a great person and I know you do things very well. I have all the faith in the world with you. We had a problem that occurred. This is not your fault. It's my fault. It's my fault because I didn't communicate clearly enough for you. I didn't give you enough tools to get the job done. I didn't give you enough support to get the job done, whatever it was. So don't take this to heart. It's not your fault, it's mine. But moving forward, work with me if you can, and I know you will because you're that kind of person that we make sure that we have all of those ducks in a row before we do it again. And that leadership, that culpability as parents, as teachers, as human beings needs to be raised to the next level.
Yes. Yes. I see now I would call that honorable, but I like the culpability. It's good. And not knowing that that was the definition of the word. When I was in leadership, when in retail, that was always I took responsibility if things went wrong because I was the manager. And when there was praise to be given, share it with the team because I can't do it by myself.
There was a study done not long ago I've read about where, I forget the percentage, it's over half. It's well over half of the people questioned in this poll said that they would work for just the recognition as opposed to money.
Wow.
It's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Powerful. Acknowledge those around you who are helping you.
course.
Give them the praise, give them the credit, because it's going to come back.
They'll appreciate you for it.
They'll work harder for you next time for it.
Yes. Yeah.
They really, really will. Yeah, dream big, take your team, make them part of it. Do you know what else is really good if you're going to dream big and you have a team? Is to have their input in the design and the plan.
Yes.
Put a little skin in the game, because if they're involved,
Oh, yeah.
you're going to get more out of them as well.
Absolutely. And it makes it easier to accomplish that goal because now we're all
10 of us
working.
pulling the sled as opposed to one pulling 10 on the sled. Yeah,
Yes.
works a lot better.
Yes, it
Works a
does.
lot better.
It does.
Nice.
So dream big in 2026. This is your year.
Yep, I agree.
The next level now is here to support you.
Anything that you would like to talk about, that you would like to discuss with us, if there's something you would like to see us put up here on a podcast, please, we're going to be having this on Facebook. Go into the comment section below. Give us a way that we can contact you. If you don't want to do it that way, DM it, okay, so that we can keep it private. But let us know what it is that you would like to hear about. There is no use in Tamika or I having all this experience that we've gained, all this that we want to share with you, with us as we check off this planet. Okay, we want to share this. We want to give you the benefit of our experiences and help you step into the next level now.
This is not goodbye. This is
see you later.
see you later.
All right.
Cheers.